Here I am doing one of my favorite parts, like I always say, which is unboxing. And as you can see, this is a big order because this box is huge. It came topped with pink tissue paper, and then it has this bubble thing to add extra protection. And then I see all of my clay pieces and some extra baggies that I'll get into in a few. There's a bunch of packing peanuts. Here I'm taking all the slimes out. All of the slimes are in bubble baggies, and it has bubble wrap at the bottom for more safety. Here I am unwrapping all of the slimes, which is one of my favorite parts of an unboxing. I just think it's really satisfying to see them taken out of the bags and to see which slime each one is. It's funny, here we have 3 white slimes. Here I noticed that she actually included a free slime, which I've seen her do a lot, so I was really happy, and I was hoping that I was going to, and thankfully I did. And then the other 2 white slimes are bases for DIY clay slimes. I was happy with everything in the packaging. I just wanted to mention really quickly that I think it will be more beneficial to be a little bit more careful when packaging, so that things like these 2 stickers that ripped because the sticky part was on them, it's a little unfortunate. It's not a big deal, but it can be avoided. You just have to make sure you close it carefully because her stickers are not the ones that are covered where they won't rip off. So it's a little sad that 2 of them ripped off, and unfortunately it was the 2 slimes that I was most excited about. But other than that, the packaging was really nice, and I can see that she works hard and she's very professional even for a smaller shop. The other 2 things besides the clay and slimes were these 2 extra baggies, and I'm gonna open this one first. First up, we have a baggie of borax, and I like how she has the instructions on the slime care card, which is up next. I would just say to go the extra step to label it, even if it's handwritten, just so people know that that is the borax, because a lot of people are new to slime nowadays, and that just is a way to keep it more safe and professional. But the card is really professional. I like how it has the care sheet and the business card. She included 2 high chews. She also included this large ice cube charm, this cake pop stick, and this little straw that go with 2 of the duo slimes. And then in this other bag we have this little syrup that goes with the waffle DIY slime. I really like duos because you get 2 slimes and they're often 2 different textures, which is nice because you get a feel of the shop. And they're almost the same price as if you bought 1 slime. They're just a smaller size. Here I'm just putting all of the little like add-ins that she put in the bags with the slimes that I believe they go with. The only thing I would say is to maybe like put them together if you can, to try to pack them. I know she uses smaller baggies, but maybe to try to keep them together somehow because it might get confusing. But me, I remember what they look like, so I was able to put them together. And these are the 2 larger DIY clay slimes I got, which is the ice cream sandwich one and the Eggo waffle. First up, we have a 6-ounce free slime that she included, and I like how she labels them so that you know it's not just a random slime, it's actually a free one, which I really appreciate. I'm really grateful that she included this free slime. It is a thick and glossy, and it has some sprinkles in it and some milk and strawberry female slices, which are really cute. This slime was unscented. It was like this residue. I think this was made with a mix of school glue and clear glue, so it kept having a tacky feeling, which is why I kept trying to activate it. But overall, it's still a nice thick and glossy. And as I added more activator, it became a little bit more stiff, but the residue went away, which I prefer. Strawberry Acai Refresher is a 4-ounce clear slime and is part of the Starbucks Duo, and that pack is $14.99. So this slime is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it has a bunch of strawberry female slices. I love the color of this slime. It's really beautiful, and this slime was really fun to play with. And it was really thick, and it felt really unique, unlike any clear slime I've ever felt. It was almost like a putty because it was so thick and felt kind of like a jelly slime, but without instant snow. This is definitely my favorite clear slime that I've ever reviewed, and I highly recommend her clear slimes. I'm not sure if this slime was supposed to have like a strawberry scent or something, but to me it doesn't smell like anything, which I don't mind. If it is unscented, I know a lot of people keep clear slimes unscented so they can stay clear longer. I also really like the ice cube charm. Cookies and cream cookie dough is a cloud cream, and it's a 6 ounce for $11.99, and it has black sprinkles as well as white sprinkles and black glitter. I've wanted her cloud cream slimes for the longest time because they just look amazing in her videos, which is why I got 3. And this one is the cookies and cream one, which is one of my favorite slime themes because I love the way it looks. Just a nice white slime with usually black glitter, sometimes some chocolate pieces. But this one just has fine black glitters, not the ones that get stuck to your hands, so I like that. And I love the way they look. They look just like McFlurry. This slime smells really strong of cookies and cream, and this is my favorite cookies and cream scent I've ever smelled. Overall, I was really happy with this cloud cream. It smelled super nice, and it was super creamy and stretchy, and it held together well, and it was really fluffy. The only thing was that it had quite a bit of snow follow, which I kind of show you on the table, but I feel like that's kind of what you have to deal with when you have a slime with a lot of instant snow like this. So it's kind of like a give and take, and I say it's worth it because it's a really nice high quality slime. This is chocolate pudding, which is one of the slimes from the Stranger Things duo pack, and it is a 4 ounce thick and glossy slime, and the whole pack is $14.99. Her thick and glossy slimes are super glossy, and they're not super thick. This one seemed more of like a schoolgirl glaze, but I like how they're glossy, and one way to make a slime thicker is by adding more activator, which I did for a lot of these because it is currently very hot. And like I said in the first part of the review, my package had like gotten sent to the wrong post office, so it had extra time being outside in the heat that it wasn't supposed to. So I was surprised that these slimes were a little bit sticky, and it's nothing that activator can fix. I love the color of this slime. I love brown slimes because they remind me of chocolate and cake, which I love. And this slime is just amazing. This slime smells like an amazing chocolate scent, and I really enjoyed it. I love slimes that smell chocolatey or like cake. And I think the concept of chocolate pudding slime being a rounded and glossy was really on point, and it looks super cool. This slime was very stretchy and had great bubble pops and pokes. And as I activated, as you can see, it got a little thicker, and it's still pretty glossy. So I really recommend her Stranger Things duo pack. Eleven's Eggos is a DIY clay slime, and this is the other slime in the Stranger Things duo pack. I love the color of this slime. It really reminds me of like a waffle batter or a pancake batter, and this slime is really incredible and fun to play with. This was my first time getting DIY clay slimes where you add in the clay separately, and I decided to have fun with them and play with the bases of them first so we can have more ASMR and really get a feel for it. And then you get to basically have 2 slimes, which is another benefit of the DIY clay slimes. And her clay pieces were all very nice and soft and detailed. None of them were dried out, which was awesome. I was really surprised by the scent of this slime. It smells exactly like waffles and syrup. I've never smelled a syrup scent or a waffle scent, and I've always wanted to, so I thought this was really cool. It also inflated a bit in the small time that I was playing with the base before I added in the clay. And this slime comes with 2 small clay waffles, a little red syrup, and then a waffle charm. So I think it's really cute and unique, and these DIY clay slimes are really fun to put together, and she gets very creative with them, so props to her. The clay waffles and all the clay pieces that I ordered came wrapped in saran wrap, and then they were in individual containers, which I appreciate. And then it came with the cute charm and then the syrup. I like how the syrup was taped so that it didn't leak. And here I'm just putting the 2 waffles on it. At first I thought it was kind of funny because they're basically the same color, but then the syrup makes it a little more interesting. And these small waffles are very detailed. I just want to say that for these DIY clay slimes, I really like how the clay is wrapped really nicely. They were all not dry at all, and they were super detailed and cute. I like how she taped down this container so that it didn't leak, which it did not, and it was a bit sticky but not completely melted, and I was still able to decorate it nicely, which was really fun. It took me a minute to take the waffles out of the saran wrap since they were so small, but I like how they were protected well. And then I put the syrup. It's not the neatest and it was a bit sticky, but I was able to put it on nicely, and I'm happy with how it turned out. And it was really fun to mix, and it turned into a nice color, and it still had the really nice syrup and waffle scent, and I loved the texture after. It was even more creamy and inflating, and I really enjoyed this slime, and I highly recommend it. Snoop's Eggo ice cream sandwich is a DIY clay slime with 2 waffle pieces, and it's a 6 ounce for $13.99. I love a white, thick and glossy base. It's just something so satisfying about it, and this was a nice one. I was just a little sad that there was so little bit of it. Like, I think they did that because you put the clay on the bottom according to the picture, and then on the top since there's 2 waffles. But I think she still should have put the full amount, and then because we're gonna have extra anyways when it inflates. But I ordered a 6 ounce, so I feel like I should have got the 6 ounce of this and then the clay, and then it should have inflated however much it did. But other than that, this was a nice base, and I love the concept of the DIY clay slime. This slime smells very similar to 11's Eggos, which smells like waffles and syrup, but this one smells stronger on the syrup side. Her thick and glossies are not very thick, but they are stretchy and rip sometimes, but they have great bubble pop. And here's how much was in the container. I put 1 waffle on the bottom and I squished it down a little bit so that it could be the ice cream sandwich. And then I put the slime on top, and then the other waffle, I also flattened that one. And then I put some sprinkles in between. It didn't show up as much as I wanted it to, but it still looked cute. And then I put the rest of the sprinkles on top, and I was really happy with how this turned out. Everything looks super cute together, and I like how there's clay in the bottom and the top, which is really fun to mix. I love the yellow color and the rainbow sprinkles, and as you can see, it started to melt. Like I mentioned in one of the parts of the review, for some reason her clay melts down slime, which is not my favorite thing. But one good thing about the clay is that it's really soft and creamy. But I recommend dope clay or Daiso clay, which I've heard is really good, because those don't tend to melt down slimes, and they're still really good for molding for DIY clay slimes, which she has a lot of. But in order to not be sticky anymore, you just need to add some activator and then it's perfect. And I'd rather the slime be underactivated with the clay than become stiff. So this is not a problem. It's just something that can be adjusted to become even better. But overall, I really enjoy this slime and it came out really cute. This is Strawberry Cow, which I believe is one of her best sellers, and it's a butter slime, and it's a 6 ounce for $11.99. It comes with a cute flat back charm that doesn't stick to slime easily, of a cow holding a strawberry, which goes perfectly with this slime. This slime also has sprinkles and strawberry female slices, which are really cute. I really enjoy her butter slimes. It's super soft, creamy, and spreadable. And I love this pink color and all of the add-ins that add a nice touch to it. You just see them pop in the slime. I activated it a little bit because it was a little sticky and I wanted to make it a little more thick and holdable. And then it was perfect. I really enjoy this slime and I highly recommend it. This slime had a really nice and strong strawberry scent, and it was one of my favorite strawberry scents I've ever smelled. It also inflated after not that much time playing with it. This is birthday cake cookie dough, which is a cloud cream 6 ounce for $11.99, and it comes topped with rainbow sprinkles. Her 3 cloud creams were basically all the same, just different add-ins in scents and colors. This is just like the other one, super creamy and soft. And I love the way the sprinkles look on the yellow. Yellow's growing on me, and I think this is a beautiful yellow. It stays together well, even though it's also super fluffy and spreadable. So this is a really nice and great cloud cream, and it has a perfect balance between instant snow and clay. And just like the other cloud creams, it had a bit of snow fallout, which you can kind of see on my table. But that's kind of something you have to deal with a slime that has a lot of instant snow. So there's a give and take relationship with these type of slimes. But I really enjoy cloud creams and cloud slimes. So I'd say it's worth it, and the fallout is nothing too crazy. And it kind of picks itself up with this slime. This slime is, I believe, supposed to be sent a birthday cake, and it smells like a vanilla cupcake, so I'd say it's really spot on. And this is actually the same scent, I think, from Slime Fantasies. Slime that she has that's similar to this is also yellow, and it's kind of like a cloud cream, and it has sprinkles. I've actually reviewed it in the past, and I really enjoy the scent. Snoop's Ahoy is a DIY clay slime that comes with a clay cookie sandwich, and it is a 6 ounce for $14.99. Just like the other thick and glossies, it's not very thick, but it's stretchy and fun for bowl tops. To me, this slime didn't smell like a chocolate chip cookie, but I did smell a little bit of chocolate and vanilla. So it was still a really nice scent, and it went well with the slime. Here's the clay cookie sandwich that is very large and detailed. with the baggie of fake chocolate pieces, which is really cute, as the other clays is wrapped in plastic wrap. And it wasn't at all dried out. It was very soft and easy to mix into the slime. I've seen this slime in a lot of reviews, so I really wanted to get this slime because it looks awesome and I was excited for the scent. And just to mix it, I put the chocolate pieces on the side and it kind of looks like cookies and milk. And then I started to mix, and as you can see, it's super soft and satisfying, and it honestly looks delicious. I want to give her props to her DIY clay slimes because they're really unique, and I know how hard it can be to make clay and to make it smooth, but she does a great job and it doesn't arrive hard at all. And it's really satisfying to watch it mix. It looks like cookies and milk, which is spot on. And I love the chocolate chip cookie pieces because it brings more of the chocolate chip aspect out. I added activator because it was melting due to the clay, and that helped it become thicker.